Good afternoon, Lisa. I'm so grateful and excited to be here with you and
Thank
all of
you.
our viewers for another weekly edition of All Things Health, Healing, and Beyond. And today
Absolutely.
we're going to be chatting about letting go, which is something near and dear to both of our hearts. And it's a big part of both of our lives. We really live the let go lifestyle where it's really a B state. And we're going to dive into this coming up here where it's become a more common theme where we hear more and more, let go, let go. All you have to do is just let go. But a lot of these people can't even define it, let alone tell you how they live it and apply it in their everyday lives. So we know because of our coach Jeffrey, where we've both been practicing this skill for years, and we're going to give you a little taste about the how and the why it's so important now more than ever before, where
You're almost
it's a
done.
way to really almost done. Perfect. It's a way that I know we are able to experience greater peace, stay in our personal power, and not be triggered as often. And if we are, we're able to identify it, catch it, release it much faster. And it also assists us in raising our conscious awareness, where who doesn't want more inner peace? I've never met a single solitary soul who didn't want more inner peace, but I think people just don't know that it's possible for them. So I'm excited to share this amazing tool that I know has transformed both of our lives really profoundly.
Yes, I'm fidgeting here. Well, thank you for that. Yes, and I can say that letting go and inner peace is the jam. I mean, that's the way it should definitely be, letting go all the time. I'm always letting go, I'm always letting go, and making that a mantra to live your day, day-to-day activities, life, even in dream time before you go to bed. I'm always letting go, I'm always letting go. And it's such a freeing feeling. And it's all about being in peace and being in our heart center and moving with the tides and with the life is like this right now, and being able to dance with the waves and go through it. And the only way to do it is I am always letting go. And, and letting go isn't just like, forgetting, and it's I'm gonna let me just start from the beginning. Okay, so again, welcome everybody. Lisa from South Florida and Alicia from South Carolina. So I was working out this morning and I had this epiphany, and there's so many different ways to go about letting go. I mean, it's such a huge topic and there's so much, and once you get it, it's just the easiest, blessed thing to have in your life. So I was on the elliptical, and you know that, Alicia, right, that from the energies that are happening now, a lot of people, especially, myself, and I'm sure you, we've been getting these random thoughts, random memories, random dreams that it's like, why am I thinking about this? Why am I thinking of this person? I haven't thought about them in years, and you're not understanding. So I was on the elliptical, and I actually had on YouTube, I listened to Love Motives because there's a lot of megahertz frequencies, and they had one on the violet flame. And for some reason, and this is very, very personal, that, I kind of, really didn't talk about it. When I was married twice. My first marriage was from high school. I didn't even want it, whatever. And there was a situation that happened with the brother of this person, and it was not a good situation. And without getting into too much detail, the person got away, the brother got away, and then went into the sister's room. So you can probably read through the lines to see what that was. And while I was on the elliptical, this memory, because again, the shadow side of us is all these like dark little nooks and crannies that we hold on to, repress, we suppress, are coming out. And I'm sure our audience, has these things and they're not quite sure why. So when these things come up, like this memory, it's like I looked at it, I felt it, I remembered it, and I'm letting it go. It came up for a reason, to clear, because we want to clear the density, clear ourselves, clear the vibration, and let it go, right? So what I did in this situation is I pictured what I do. I pictured a white light around the whole situation. I pictured a black flame around the whole situation. And then I pictured a violet flame around the whole situation. And then there is a prayer called the Ho'oponopono prayer. I'm sorry, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I'm sorry, please forgive me. Thank you, I love you. I said that 108 times. I let that go up. And I said, please take this. I no longer need this in my life. I am breaking this karma. I am breaking, this situation because it's not the situation, but what we're talking about, it's the events from the past that trigger situations in the present. So something was actually going on with the situation before I had this thought. So that triggered this. And the key to letting go is I am no longer the mind-body connection to the results I'm no longer the mind-body connection to the
past events that have shaped my
feelings and anxieties. Okay, so with all this, I know it's a little convoluted, but stay with me. Okay, so I had an event that happened here, triggered this memory here. I saw it and I'm like, I no longer need this in my life. I am letting it go. I did my stuff and I'm letting it go because I am no longer the mind-body connection to the events that shape my feelings. So I asked to release this memory because it was emotions of guilt, emotions of shame, emotions of abandonment that triggered this. I no longer need, now that I am 58 years old, for something that happened when I was 18 years old, right, to relive and rehash those situations because it has nothing to do with what's going on in my life now. So letting go, I am always letting go. I was able to release this and let it go. And yes, it's like layers of an onion, right? As you know, and little things come up and little things come up and little things come up. So the more that we can look at them and say, why are they coming up, and release it and really go with, back to just say something. I mean, a lot of people don't want to do this work, and it's fine. I've been doing it. Alicia's been doing it. I've been doing it for a long time. Events from childhood that creates codependent issues, addiction issues, overdoing issues, disappointment, abandonment, all this stuff back here, creates all these situations. But, I'm grateful for these situations because I came to the person I am now, and I'm able to share my experience, strength, and hope with y'all, right? Look at that Florida, y'all, my New York, my most Florida, I say y'all, right? So you feel me? So I am just, so thrilled with letting go. And, we don't want to recreate the situations that no longer serve us. And it's okay to say, God, spirit guides, angels, whoever you, higher power, whoever it is, take this from me. I no longer need this. And like you said in the beginning, when we can let go, we have that peace within. And that peace within allows us to be creative and be intuitive and to manifest who and what we desire to be.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And it's really powerful. Like, I love how you talk about those past events. And I always think about them kind of like stones. Like if you imagine a pond and you throw a stone once, but then there's ripples that continue to ripple outward. And they will infinitely unless they're interrupted or they reach the shore. But through the process of letting go, we're able to catch that ripple and pattern interrupt and essentially recondition ourselves, because the mind doesn't know the difference between something that's happening now or something we actively imagine from the past. So we're able to essentially, relive that trauma, relive those moments, unless we're able to, with the process of letting go, have that conscious awareness to be able to catch ourselves, and through the mechanism of letting go, choose to respond instead of reacting. And I still get triggered, you still get triggered. However, we have a much higher degree of conscious awareness around it. So when it happens, you know, something that might have upset me for days or weeks in the past, that time much shorter. And I loved the analogy you used in the beginning about like waves and, you know, dancing and swimming with them. I think about letting go like a surfboard, where you're able to ride the waves with much more ease. Yes, sometimes the wave comes, crashes you, and you eat it, but most of the time we're able to ride those waves with so much more grace and ease and flow. And it's important to be able to have control over your emotions in this way as a way to reclaim your power. Because if you don't know the mechanism of letting go, other people are able to trigger you, instill fear in you, and manipulate your emotions if you aren't able to be in control of your own emotions. And if you don't have that degree of conscious awareness, where that's how a lot of fear propaganda works. It goes way back, and it's on purpose to some of those core wounds. Like, we all want to be accepted. We're all afraid of being shunned. You know, our fears and emotions can be played on and preyed upon if we aren't able to take back our power and create that separation, not be that mind-body connection, be able to breathe and create that peace and say, wait a minute, and kind of zoom out and look at things from a different light, and choose how, or even if we're going to engage in those things, whether it's a situation, you know, hanging out with a particular person, or, you know, in your case today with different thoughts, different memories, you pattern interrupted, you consciously chose to work with it, release it, alchemize it, and be free of it. It's all, but it could have had the other effect where if you didn't know about letting go, it could have, you know, been a thing that your ego took and started playing with and ruminating, and just created a situation and just changed the entire trajectory of your day.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes. I am always letting go. It's such a blessing once you can get that, and, you know, just know your worthiness, know your self-esteem, know how you want to design your life. And when anybody comes in that wants to give you conflict, or does not resonate with you, or, you know, does not agree with whatever you're doing, you know, you have a choice. And the biggest thing that I've learned, this just sounds, you know, I put on my big girl panties years ago, which was, it's true, because it's like, you know, learning these skill sets, sometimes we're not taught, you know, all this stuff that, I forgot what I was going to say with that. I totally lost my thought.
You know, you're absolutely right. I mean, imagine how different the world would look if we were taught the mechanism of letting go and how to work with our emotions instead of being worked over by them, where
Right.
nobody tells us how to handle things, how to process these things. You know, we're not taught self-soothing. We're not taught, you know, how to listen and honor and process emotions.
Right.
Like,
and a lot of, you know, and the thing too, like if we take money and finances, it's, you know, or relationships, whatever it is, relationships with the money is energy, you know. So where we are, you know, I have this thing, no, it's interrupting me right now. I have a Herkimer diamond on my crown chakra, and it's totally like, I'm forgetting my thoughts. So I'm taking this Herkimer diamond. I know people probably think that's weird, but bring in more, but it's like, it totally did opposite, because look at me. It's like I usually never lose my train of thought. Okay, what was I saying? Excuse me. These blonde highlight moments. Don't
right? It
okay.
happens to the best of us.
What was that? Oh, relationship with my, okay. So you look at things how they are, but like you said, that they used to last this big, you know, if things aren't going right and things aren't, you know, going my way, and why does this keep happening to me? And I'm so disappointed. And when we're so disappointed, we usually set ourselves up to be disappointment from the past event, from, you know, the past that we're creating right now. So being able to let go of living in the present, living in the now, with all the techniques we do about grounding and staying centered and all those things, we don't have to go through them right now on this live, but being able to be centered and be present in the now, you know, where we can let go of the past, we can let go of the future, because all we have is right now. All we have is right now. And if we focus on our desires of what we want to create, right, and we let go, like you could let go like this, you know, stop thinking about it. Just stop thinking about it, right? And sometimes you have to say, shut up mind, monkey mind, stop talking, stop. And then when we're talking about listening to your ego and your soul, your ego has a mind of itself, and we have to control our ego. We have to say, enough, I'm done, right? And do what we need to do, change whatever you're doing, physically, whatever, to be present in now. Because if you say, I'm just going to go back to a money example, if you're looking at how much money you have in an account, right, that's not true, because that can change just like this, just like letting go. You see this money over here, but boom, something else happens, and this can change in a second, because you raise your vibration instead of looking at this lower to what you desire. So you fill in that gap of the cognitive dissonance, right? So it's like, I'm always letting go, always letting go. I'm always letting go. And that's a really good mantra, you know, and it's just not holding on to things that don't serve you. And sometimes, and I remember in the past, for me, once I was learning this skill, it was comfortable. It was comfortable to be disappointed. It was comfortable. Again, this happened to me. Why me again? It was like, people say, you know, like, why do you keep doing it? And it's like, you don't realize, but it's a comfortable, because again, going back to childhood, we're brought up where being suppressed with our emotions, not deserving, not good enough, right? So when things come up, it's easy to go back into that comfort of feeling that. But once you can grasp the change of letting go of those past emotions that do not serve at the present moment of being an adult, life is peaceful and life is so freeing, and things just go with flow. And that whole thing about why, you know, I can't do this or nothing's happening, you know, it breaks. It breaks. And your desires and manifestations, people, places, and things just show up. And it's just wonderful. And it's simple. Life becomes simple. You have all this jibber jabber, and you're just here in this free and light, because I'm always letting go.
Absolutely.
Right? Nothing can affect me unless I let it to, unless I let it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It's a really powerful way to recondition ourselves, retrain ourselves, because we get habituated to those, you know, those emotions, like that certain causal event, that stone of disappointment, like that same event. It might not look the exact same, but the same emotions, that pattern keeps repeating. Subconsciously, we're addicted to it. We're habituated to it. It's called an addiction tolerance, where you've been uncomfortable, you've been disappointed, let down so much. It's normal. That's comfortable. And I know when I really began to study this and apply this, being in peace felt uncomfortable. It was weird, because I was used to like chaos and drama. So like peace is like, whoa, it was like eerie, and it took getting used to.
That overwhelmed feeling was just the way it is, that fight or flights. But when it's not there, it's like, guys, I'm telling you, it's easy. It feels so good.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, awesome. Yeah. This is great. Great, great. I love the banter. It was good, because we've both lived this, and now we can help others. You know, we need to really assist others at this time. So I'm just going to do a little channeling, light language healing, chakra balancing before we say au revoir. Is that the word? Au revoir. Au revoir. Okay. Holding my Herkimer. Let's see if this, okay. Rashianta Pia Tosiata Kiatia Natakoroshiata Nomosia Lanaskiniata Koroshkiniata Poetia Sigidoshiata Pa Loyana Satakiriashiata Kiriasha Papa Payindi Nani and Nasikirshil at the Karashkin Papakiniaskaro Tikazigadaskirioshkaro Papaki Tuyasikira Inaki Dakasikirioshikania Papakisikiata Toyasakarasiki Nayeta Loisiana Pashkinia Takashkinia Papaya Nananaskieta Sakirita Skirita 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 Raskinia Takroshkiria Skira Papakias Tiana Koyeta Kriaski Loshihina, Skiriapopoquito, Sinapaina. If everybody can just take a deep breath in through your nose and out. So what I was seeing, it was more of a visual that I was really seeing than words today. And my eyes are tearing. My nose is running and my eyes are tearing from that. So that was some kind of release I received. So what I was seeing was a light, but it was like a string. It was a golden string coming down to everybody, down through the core of the body, grounding. It's a bright yellowish white light string coming down, flooding the heart with white lights, higher energy at the heart chakra, and a release to feel that love coming in. And at the end, when I started laughing a little bit, I saw little fairy angels around, like little Tinkerbells around, giving little extra elemental blessings. So that was kind of cool. That was really neat. I never saw that before. So thank you.
I
Awesome.
love it. It's beautiful.
All right, everybody. Good, Alicia? We're good?
We are wonderful.
We are wonderful. Feeling wonderful, not humbly. You guys know what I mean. All right. Well, everybody have an awesome week, and we'll talk to you soon. And again, reach out to Alicia, reach out to myself. You know, we can assist you with energetic releases. We can assist you with letting go, mindset, coaching, nutrition, wellness. We got it all.
Health, healing, and beyond.
That's right. Health, healing, and beyond. Awesome title you came up with. All right. Talk to you later, everybody. Bye.